Tensions in the Middle East have sharply escalated. The United States has imposed a naval blockade on Iranian ports. The move follows failed high-level negotiations in Islamabad. Talks lasted 21 hours but ended without agreement. President Donald Trump ordered the blockade after the deadline expired on Monday. The US military has now begun enforcing a maritime exclusion zone in the Strait of Hormuz. The region is one of the world's most important shipping routes. US Central Command confirmed the start of the operations at 2 o'clock in the afternoon GMT. It said vessels linked to Iran will be stopped or diverted. Washington claims the action targets Iranian trade and security risk. It insists neutral shipping will still be allowed to pass. However, maritime traffic has already slowed sharply. Shipping data shows many tankers turned back at sea, others delayed entry into the strait. Intelligence reported near total disruption in movement after the announcement. Iran strongly rejected the US move. The Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps said it now has full control of the Strait of Hormuz. It warned that any foreign military vessel entering Iranian waters would face a forceful response. Iran called the blockade illegal. Officials described it as a gross violation of sovereignty. Tehran has urged the United Nations to intervene. It demanded immediate action against what it calls US aggression. Diplomatic tensions rose further after the collapse of talks in Islamabad. US officials said Iran crossed key red lines. They demanded an end to uranium enrichment. They also demanded limits on Iran's regional support networks. Vice President J.D. Vance reportedly led the US negotiation team. He said Washington would not accept partial agreements. Officials stated that the blockade is meant to increase pressure on Tehran. Iran rejected these claims. Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi said both sides were close to a draft agreement. He accused the US of shifting demands at the last moment. He called the new sanctions maximalism and warned that enmity begets enmity. And the crisis is not limited to maritime tensions. Reports of renewed clashes have emerged in the wider region. Hezbollah has claimed drone and rocket attacks in southern Lebanon. This has raised fears of a broader regional conflict. Global markets are reacting with cautious. Energy analysts warn of possible oil supply shocks. The Strait of Hormuz handles a large share of global oil shipments. Any disruption could affect prices worldwide. The UK has reportedly discussed sending. The officials have not confirmed deployment yet. However, coordination among Western allies is under consideration. Military analysts warn the situation remains highly volatile. The single incident at sea could trigger escalation. Both US and Iranian forces are now operating in close proximity. The world is watching the Gulf closely. Diplomatic channels remain open but fragile. The risk of further escalation remains high. Stay tuned with us for more updates. Do like, comment, share and subscribe this channel.